Hey everyone, this video is going to be a little bit different to my normal ones. This one we're going to have a look around Imlachs Wreckers in Clayton, Victoria. It's the last day. It's being opened. It's closed today at 4:30 forever. So it's a bit of a sad day. This is one of my favourite wreckers for the last 10 years. Ever since I got my licence I've been coming here. Back when I was a P-plater and broken something on the car. Up until most recently, you know, one of my latest videos, the EA Falcon that we fixed up and restored, that was bought here from out the front. They've always got a lot of cars out the front for sale. Over the years, bought so many cars out the front here for sale and bought parts from out the back, and saved a lot of cars as well using their parts. So it's a sad day. It's just a sign of the times. Everyone's driving modern cars now, and modern cars are too complicated for people to just pull apart and fix themselves. So they don't need to come to the wreckers anymore and get parts, and they're not going to be opening any more wreckers. They're just going to be closing. So it's a sad time, and it's just a sign of the times with the car industry. Unfortunately, it's just another good wrecker's gone. It's not the cleanest. It's, you know, muddy and whatnot. A lot of people don't like it because of the mud, but you know, it's the fun of it. Like, you know, you'll find good parts because people don't want to lay in the dirt, and they don't want to crawl over, you know, some blackberry bushes to grab a part. They'd just rather, you know, go to a wreckers where it's clean and concrete, or they'd rather just order it online and have the part within a few days. But that's not the fun of it when it comes to fixing cars. I'd rather drive here. Even though it's a 45-minute drive for me, I'd rather come here. The website's not very good, so I'd rather just come here for the fun of it, have a look around, and it's just part of the mystery and part of the fun of collecting it. It's like an adult's jigsaw puzzle, so it's fun. So let's go in, let's have a look around, and thought this would be a good video to document because it's going to be gone, and before you know it, this is just going to be one massive factory complex, and in the future, no one will even know it was here. So it'd be cool to look back on in years to come and see what was once here, and we can reminisce. Let's go inside and have a look. So that aisle we just walked down was light trucks, SUVs, BMWs at the start. This is the quality of the floor. This is a really good part. Normally it can get really muddy in sections, huge massive puddles. Your car would get bogged in. It's got power lines going through it. This section at the very back here is Euro. It's everything from Volkswagens, Renaults, you name it, all the European stuff's here, and they're all labelled. You've got Ford, Holden, Daihatsu, every single model you can think of. So this Wreckers was opened in 1980, and it's one of the last Wreckers in Melbourne. In Victoria, I would almost say, maybe not Victoria, countries would still have it, but it's got a lot of old cars in it still, a lot of Tiranas, Kingswoods, old Falcons, you know, Valiants. There's nothing left on them. They're just good for parts, or for rust cuts really, but at least they're still here if you needed a rust cut or a clip or something small. And one of the other awesome parts about this Wreckers is that it's got this old fence, which is not a fence. It's just old cars stacked on top of each other. So for 1980 it was started, so you can see some cool old cars that would have been put here back in the day. So there's old Fords, Holdens, Nissans, all used as a fence, all covered in blackberries. There's a little laser, a little KA gear laser. It's actually cool. If you've seen my videos, you know I've got a KB, the model after that. It's actually awesome just walking along the fence, seeing all the different models. So there's some from the 70s and there's some from the 90s, so they've just made the fence bigger as the years have gone on. And it's just surrounded by brand new factories. It's awesome. It's an old school Wreckers. One of the things I love doing here over the years is if you found a good part you really wanted and you didn't have the right tools to take it apart, or you didn't have the money on you or something like that, you could just take it off and you could stash it anywhere in any of the long grass or these metal cages, or you could find a little spot to stash it, and you knew if you come back in a week or 2 or 3, you knew it was still there, exactly where to find it. That's not something you can do anymore. See, look at this, there's an old Holden. Oh no, it's a Valiant, an old Valiant. All the chrome on it still. Let's go in there and check that out. And a VC or a VB Commodore wagon. Still some little bits left on it here and there. People could salvage things off this, you know, any of those green bolts or green trims that you wouldn't be able to buy original anymore. Another VC, VB, Commodore. Still pretty complete. Another Commodore with some good bits on it still. This looks like another Valiant or Chrysler of some description. Used to be orange. There's that Valiant through the fence. Such a shame. These will all be gone soon. A neat VR VS wagon. This is the Holden section. Over the years of coming here, these aisles used to be full of VR VS, you know, a VK, and then it started getting a lot of VTs, and then it started getting a lot of VZs, and now it's just a lot of VEs. This is the Ford section where I spend most of my time. These aisles are all Fiesta, Laser, all the small Fords. And this is the Falcon aisle. They've already started to clear out. There used to be more here. A lot of BAs, AUs, a lot of FGs. You see the occasional ED like this, but not many anymore. And if they are, they're just a base model and all the parts have been stripped out of them. Let's have a bit of a walk down. There's an XF. More of the fence. Like an old Sigma or Toyota or something. Old Falcons, lasers. These are the conditions. Just stomping in prickle bushes. But this is the fun of it. This is cool. This is what you don't get anymore. Old XF wagon. That's cool, as. Nice repair there. Pop riveted panel with a bit of bog. I like that. It's a shame, like so many good parts left on this. A lot of this, a lot of FGs. It's changed so much over the years. Panel van, XG panel van, where you can get rust cuts. You used to find so many gems here. It was awesome. Back in the day, I had an ED. Used to come here and there was so many EDs. You'd even get XR6s in here. You know, a lot of Tickford cars. It was awesome. But these days, if it's old, it's base models, or it's new stuff. Got a good tray here on an FG. PA. It's a real shame. There used to be cars here. You can already see they've started clearing it out. You used to be able to come here 9 times out of 10 if you were fixing a car. You know, you had a green one, a blue one, a red one. You'd come here and 9 times out of 10, you'd find the same model, the colour you want, and get it. But it's just, yeah. All the wreckers these days, they're either online or you go there, somewhere like Jolly's, and it's all the cars have been fully stripped out. Because people can just go on the website easily, find the one. Can smell that barbecue they're cooking. EA 30th anniversary, very similar to the one we saved out the front here. It was that colour, but that model. FGs, BF. Not much left on this XF wagon. Someone's wanted the whole roof, very common to rust out. AD, that looks like a Fairmont. They got 50% off all parts today. They've had 20% off parts for the last couple of weeks. Today, the last day, 50% off everything. This is where they crush them. There used to be a big wall here. They've taken it down, started clearing out. They must have been doing it for weeks. I haven't been here in a while. That's where they'll pick them up over there in that container. And then the crusher, I'm not sure where the crusher is, maybe the crusher's in there. And they take full-size cars like these and turn them into these. Cubes, 1 metre by, probably 2 metres by 1 metre cube. Pretty amazing that a whole car can be squashed into a cube this big. Look at that, that was an EB. That was an EB Falcon, you can tell by the bumper bar, by the mould, the 4-litre badge. That is a whole EB Falcon, interior, wheels, everything squashed into a tiny little cube. It's unreal. Ready to be shipped off to China to be your fridge. There's another ED there too, behind the Rio. Polynesian green one. Oh, and an ED right on top of it, didn't even notice that. White one. Subaru 4-wheel drive wagon. Mitsubishi of some sort. What's that? Triple S multi-point injection, not sure what that is. Mitsubishi of some sort, maybe. That looks like a VL. VL convertible. With no motor in it. There's so much valuable stuff here. Like if you pulled that out and you sold it, someone would buy it and someone would use so many parts off that. The nose cone, so many trims and pieces, and there'd be someone out there looking for those bits and it's just going to be crushed. They can't legally sell complete cars once they've come into the wrecking yard and started being stripped. The VIN is blacklisted and it can't be resold unless it's put out the front for sale before it comes in here. Once it's in here and it has an oil cap taken off it, that's it. Hey you. So many good parts at this wreckers, like leather seats, you know, really good condition, just sitting here. No one wanted them. You know, you just don't see this anymore. How cool is this? The very, very back corner in the Ford section at Imlachs. If you've been here before, you know this is the spot where you'd be scared of getting bitten by a snake, because these blackberry bushes used to grow out so far all over the back of these cars. How cool is this wall? The very back corner, you'd think this is probably maybe the first wall they started with back in 1980 when it opened. How cool is this old Bedford van? It's like an old motorhome. You can see a hole there where animals have been. You see like part of the old kitchen, all the old timber drawers, part of the kitchen and cupboards. That's where someone would have slept back in the day. It's cool as, and butted up right next to it, right in front of it. It's his old Ford Trader or Mazda. Used to be a glazing truck. They would have had all the glass stacked up on the side of the van here, on the side of the truck. Just full of blackberries. Just been sitting here for who knows how long. Look at it, you can't even see the wheels. It's just buried so far under the soil. How cool is this? International old truck. Serviced with Penrite oil. Don't remember couldn't think of the last time this was serviced. And it's got a tray back. Makes you wonder if this was one of the first maybe tow trucks they used when the business was started, maybe, and then maybe it broke down or they upgraded and it just got used as part of the wall. Massive hubs, big tray with a Saab, I think it's a Saab on the back, and a little laser on top of it. And there's a Ford LTD or Fairlane NA. NA Fairlane, and it's got like an EB underneath it. Well, that is it, guys. It's the 7th of June, 2025. That is the last day Imlachs is going to be here. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a short little one showing you through. If you're watching this 10 years down the track, put in 1602 Springvale Road, Victoria, and see what's here. It'll just be some big factory or a concrete slab, who knows what. But underneath that concrete slab, you'll know what used to be here. All the oil, wheel nuts, bolts, all still laying in the ground, most likely under here. So hope you enjoyed it. It's not the best wreckers, but it's definitely a fun one. I got an FG reinforcement and 2 guard liners, $38. That's half price, that's 50% off. So it's not the cheapest wreckers, make that of what you will, but it's definitely been the most fun. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the next one. Give this video a like and a subscribe and a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Cheers.